Hi everyone, we are here to do a fun little holiday project. So I already put a layer of resin. It's about 3 ounces in the bottom of this mold. I am using Let's Resin Fast Cure. It's a 1-to-1 resin. It is a thicker viscosity, but it doesn't matter right now for what we're doing. I am doing a first layer. I've been letting it set for a little bit because I'm going to put something in it, and then I'm going to put a layer of resin over top of it. The mold is deep enough to allow me to do this. So I have this fancy brooch, right, that I got from Temu for probably like $2 or $1.50. I've taken my wire cutters and cut the little wire off the back, and the only reason I did that is because you could see it through here. So I used the wire cutters, cut it off the back, and I let my resin set for a little bit because I want it to be sort of hard when I place this down. Remember, I'm doing a bloom, so the other side will be the top. So I have to set this upside down. I am going to stand up to do this so I can actually get it in the center. The resin's only been in here for about an hour, but it is fast cure resin. And let's go ahead and place our little doohickey. And I want to push it down because I want it to be all the way to the bottom. And what this is, it's going to be my center to my bloom. Do I have it centered? Dragging it over just a tad, and the resin's already fighting me. That looks pretty centered, right? So I'm going to use that as the center of my bloom. I'm looking at it and I'm like, is that centered? I don't think it is. I think I was pulling it over for no reason. I do want it to be pretty centered. Maybe I'll use a stick because it's fighting me just a tad. Let's see. You know, it's pretty centered, I think. So hard to tell. Just gonna keep giving it a little shove down. And I'm doing it in layers because of bubbles. So first I'm putting that in. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a layer of resin on top of it so that I have a flat surface for my bloom. And then I'll come back and do another layer of resin to create my bloom. So it's going to be very 3D. All right, we will come back. I'll probably come back when we're ready to do the bloom because I think you guys understand that I'm just going to do another layer of resin on top of this, let it cure, and then do another layer. All right, see you then. All right, we're back for round whatever with this mold. I didn't let it cure all the way, just till it's tacky. So you can see I can put a stick in it. It doesn't come back out on the stick, it means it's ready to go. I've got my resin. I need to pour just a tiny bit in these 2 cups because these I'm gonna pipe on my white and my mica powder. Then I'm going to pour a layer of resin, not too heavy. I got leftovers, so let's go ahead and pour a little more in there. All right, that's way more than we need, but I might use that little bit to do another project. Get a wipe real quick because I'm getting resin everywhere. All right, it's still moving over, doing its thing into the mold. You want to make sure it's done moving or else it will pull the bloom. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just pushing it all to the sides, making sure there's like it can't spread any further. With all the little intricate little spots that it needs to go in, I need to make sure it's made its way. Don't want it moving around. All right, let's do our white first. For my white, I am using Pouring Your Heart Out Bloom. And I did end up pouring a good bit in here, so I think I'm going to need 2 drops. Get it to come down for me. All right. good mix. My resin is warm. It actually is probably closer to 40 by now. So it is very warm. I'm going to add, oh, not this one, picked up the wrong one, some Magnolia Shimmer from Laura's Art Corner to it, just to give it some extra shimmer. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm not sure about this new camera setup. Just add a little of that shimmer in there. And let's see what it looks like. I want to see what it looks like. Very pretty. And then from Laura's Art Corner, I have Candy Apple Blossom. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this. If I make it too heavy, then this won't bloom either. It sort of has the same concept as the white, too heavy, and it doesn't do what you want it to. For some techniques, you want a heavy powder. Some you don't. You sort of learn as you go along. All right, let's get these into the piping bags. So I have 6-ounce cups, 8-inch piping bags. 1. 2. We're going to do the white first. Cut the tip off of that. All right, now I'm going to follow my poinsettia design. Oh, then it's getting very thick, so it's fighting with me about coming out. I'm going to do little loops over here in between them. Then I'm going to take and do a little one inside of the bigger loops. Squeezing really hard, it's so thick. I could see where I didn't quite get this one together. All right, I'm just going to do a dot in these outer ones. That one I didn't do very far out. All right, put it back in my cup. Now I'm going to take my red and do this one. And this is where we're going to add some embellishment. What did I do with my, there we go. All right, so I'm going to go in here around. And try to do a little something in between these, but in some of them I didn't leave much room, and that's okay. All right, and then here we're gonna do a little line. And now I'm going to go along the outside. Do a dot in here just to add a little more color. And then we are done. We will just wait and see how it comes out. I may back it without you. Sorry, I'm standing up to just look at it from a different angle. Do you think we need to add any more? I think we're okay. But you know, to be safe and in case you can see through the pin, I think I'm gonna add some dotting here, right? Just in case. We shouldn't be able to see through the pin, but just in case, to give it color, right? All right, I'm thinking it's going to be a black background, maybe with some silver tint to it. But we'll be back when it's that time and we'll do it together. All right, so I forgot the important part. I forgot the important part. Here we go. Pull out. Pull out. Pull out. Pull out. Pull out. That's a petal, right? Pull out. Then this, pull out from the dot. Pull out from the dot. Pull out from the dot. Yep. It's so thick now. That's okay. It's working just fine. All right, I can't believe I almost missed that. The whole poinsettia thing is to have a point, right? All right, now we really will come back later. All right, we are back, and I just backed it with the black and the Magnolia Shimmer from Laura's Art Corner. I'm hoping it worked out well. My resin was a little weird with this one. I don't know why this batch of resin was a little weird. Got a little filmy, so it made it hard to use, but let's see. Oh, just wow. Oh, I was so worried about it, but look at it. Oh my. It is absolutely stunning, and I love the 3D effect it has. Oh, just wow.